Hello and welcome to Hmong Style Batik Advanced Patterns. So we've been learning about the Hmong culture in Sapa, Vietnam, and how they make these amazing batik textiles with these intricate patterns. And these patterns have meanings too. So today we're going to be looking at the cucumber seed pattern and the pumpkin seed pattern, as well as a couple that you might see here. And these are advanced patterns, so they're a little more difficult. So you're going to need paper, pencils, and a ruler. I'm using an index card because it's easier to work with a small scale when we're just learning these patterns. So my first technique is this triple line. Just 3 vertical lines right next to each other. You might have to play around with it to get the spacing right. So I'm going to do the triple line around the border of my whole paper here. I think my second one was better than my first one. Let's see, I can get this line in here. So you might have to mess around with it to find what works for you the best. I feel pretty good about that. So let's look at a new one. I want to make another line here. I'm going to just use my ruler to be the width of this area. And I'm going to do another triple line right next to it. 2, 3. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll use the width of my ruler, and then I'll do the triple line. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There we are. They're not exactly the same, but you get the idea. All right, and then I'm going to split this middle section in half the best I can. That looks about midway. There we go. Next, I'm going to divide these columns into squares, or close as I can, rectangles, kind of square-ish rectangles, but they're not perfect squares. Again, I'm just using the width of my ruler, so it's about the same width as it is tall. Alright, I think I can fit one more in there. There's going to be a space at the top though, so I will leave it the way it is. Alright, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to add my zigzag line here. It's going to zig this way, and then it's going to zag the opposite way from corner to corner. Go back the other way. There we are. And I will do the same thing on the other side. Going to mirror my other side, so this one will go the opposite direction, but it's still a zigzag. There we go. Next, I'm going to get started on the cucumber seed. So I've got these boxes here. Basically, I'm going to be cutting off the corners of these boxes like that, cutting off the corners here and here with these diagonal lines, and here. There we go. And I put a line in the middle from corner to corner. But I leave a little space. It doesn't actually touch the corners. Alright, so now we're going to go in the other direction to make like a half diamond there. And it's cutting off one corner, so I'm going to go to the opposite corner and cut it off there. That will make a diamond. Corners here and here. Line in the middle, line in the middle, line in the middle. There we go. There's our cucumber seed. Now I'm going to add some shading in here to my pumpkin seed pattern. And if you'll notice, when I shade one triangle, I will skip the next one and then I will shade the one after that. Just going down the pattern, alternating which triangle is light and dark. Alright, so as a quick review, we reviewed the triple line, 3 lines, the cucumber seed we just looked at, and of course there's also the snail pattern, which is that swirl. But I want to give you another shot to look at the cucumber seed and how it's made, because it can be a little tricky. So if you have just any old box and you cut up the corners, you end up with this hexagonal shape, and we put a line down the middle there. When you draw the one next to it, it's going to match up to it like a mirror, so it's going to go the opposite way. Cut off the opposite corners, and the diagonal line goes the opposite direction. Similar to the way the zigzag line alternates with the pumpkin seed pattern here. Well, I'm going to show you those again. We use the triple line to separate these patterns. So we have triple line, skip, 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 triple line, skip, triple line. So now we're going to turn those empty columns into squares. Now that we have those squares, I'm going to start filling in my zigzag line for my pumpkin seed. Take your time on this. Then I'll go ahead and shade in my triangles, alternating light and dark. Okay, let's try the cucumber seed again. So we start by cutting off the corners to make that hexagon. Or you can think about it as drawing a diamond in the middle. And that diagonal line, show that it's a seed. And now we have that diamond in between the 4 squares. There we go. So next I'll do my corners. Cut off my corners. This is the kind of thing that can look kind of easy until you try to do it. So give yourself plenty of time to try this. Let yourself mess up a few times and try not to get mad at yourself. Try to just keep on trying. Perseverance. Cutting off the corners. Put a diagonal line in the middle. Don't give up. Even at the end, do your best. Finish strong. Alright, so now we have studied the cucumber seed and pumpkin seed patterns. Hope you have something that you're proud of and that you can use as we go a bit further in our skills, putting these patterns on some nice paper and using a dyeing coloring process to finish our batik. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.